Yo, what's up, Freeze Army, and welcome to 3 challenges in 1. What we're going to be covering in this is the Headmaster's Revenge Challenge, the Oil Lamp Challenge, and the Dance Till You Drop Challenge. Now, these are the items that are brought along with me, and here's the starting point. We're going to start undercover in the consulate building, brought along our lockpick, the Krugermeyer, remote breaching charge stored in the consulate top floor, and we brought along the coin. In the original video, what I'm doing, about to show you, is me bringing along the syringe. I wanted to kill Strandberg as fast as possible. This was actually recorded during a live stream, and I tried to kill Strandberg as fast as possible. However, there is no fast way of killing Strandberg, unfortunately. So we have to do it a little bit slower, but we have to take out Strandberg any way you want to before we get to the actual main parts of this challenge, because you do have to finish the level. So first what we're going to do is shoot out that camera equipment there to remove the evidence. Now, also during this gameplay, I do actually kill a couple of people, which can easily be avoided, but at the time I just didn't really care about killing people or anything like that. There is a security guard patrolling and running around as well. He can see through this disguise, so you need to watch out for him. What we're actually going to do is take out the 2 security guards in the room to the left, and that's when we're going to take out Strandberg. We're going to push him off the ledge, and that will take care of him. Now, that does take a while for him to get to that situation, but it is the safest way, in my opinion, to get him. See, I just killed him there. You don't have to do that, but at the time I just didn't really care. I just wanted to just get this out of the way, get Strandberg out of the way, because none of this part is important to the actual challenges themselves. So you can take out these people any way you want to.
That is Klaus Strandberg, most wanted man in Morocco. Target down.
So once we've taken care of him, now we can actually move on to the actual challenges. So first, what we need to do is exit the consulate building. We don't have to worry about the cameras anymore because, you know, it didn't really matter taking out the cameras because we already killed 2 people. But if you are worried about the silent assassin rating and you didn't kill those 2 security guards and you just knocked them out, which can easily be done, then you wouldn't have to worry about anything else. You should be able to get silent assassin for all 3 of these challenges, because one thing we have to do is we need to make a save point as well. So what we need where we're actually heading to right now is stupid door. What we have to we're heading to where the headmaster is right now. So what we need to do for that particular challenge is break into the school wearing the headmaster's disguise. We need to go and view all of the paintings in the school, and then we need to kill Zhang while disguised as the headmaster. Now, I've had several reports, including myself, I've tested this during live streams and stuff like that, that the Headmaster's Revenge Challenge was broken. However, this is not the case. On professional difficulty, they've added an extra painting, which is downstairs, and that is the reason why the challenge wasn't popping up for anyone, including myself, but I had to do a little bit more searching around, and it turns out they've added an extra painting. Or if the painting was already there in the normal mode, that wasn't necessary to view beforehand, but now it is. So that's the reason why the challenge isn't popping up. It's not bugged, it's just that's just how it is. So once we get to this area here, we're just going to grab that wrench on the floor, which is quite important. We need that, and this is the point where we're going to make the save. And once we've completed all 3, the first challenge, sorry. We're going to reload this save, and we're going to head on and do the second challenge, and reload it, and then do the 3rd challenge, and etc. So that's why I killed Strandberg and got to this point, so we can take care of all 3 kills at once. So it just saves you time of having to kill Strandberg in 3 separate runs. This is the reason why I'm recommending the save point right now. So from this point now, what I actually did was grab a screwdriver. You don't need to grab this, so ignore that, because you should have your coins in your inventory. I actually brought along my syringe instead of the coins, because I didn't think I'd need the coins, but you do actually need it. But I brought the screwdriver in case anyway. So once we're at the top of the stairs here, after we snuck up the stairs, you need to watch out for the security guard that's on the roof itself. We're going to wait for him to turn around, and then once he does and turns away and walks away, we're going to throw this wrench at the headmaster's head and then drag his body in the crate. You can also do the same thing with a soldier as well.
works as a freelance security advisor in Egypt. However...
Make sure you grab the wrench and the key that he drops and drag his body and dump him in the crate. We're going to put on his disguise and then we're going to knock out the other guard and then we can move on to the school area. Now this guard here isn't hostile to any disguises, so I'm not completely sure why. It might be just a bug, but for some reason, even though you're always in the trespassing area, the guy isn't hostile to anyone, so I'm not completely sure why that is the case, but it might be just a bug, but I don't know. So once we're down here, we're just going to crouch walk through this section. You need to watch out for all the guards that are patrolling the area. Now, I cannot guarantee the guards are going to be in the same position for you, because you might have timed this a little bit differently. But for me, the guard is around the back, just behind the little APC, that's what it is. And we're just going to wait for him to come down and turn back around before we actually make our way past. There's also a guard just in front of 47 who's just looking straight at the wall. We have to create a distraction for him, so I'm going to pull out my screwdriver. For you guys, if you brought along your coins, like I suggested at the start of the video, use your coin instead, because it's a lot better than this thing. What we need to do is just arch it over the back of him and throw it beyond him, and he should turn around. He has a tendency to look in your direction, but he will go over to that point and investigate. And if he doesn't, he will turn around eventually anyway, once he comes over. That's why the coin is always the best bet, because he doesn't do that when you use a coin, but when you use a screwdriver or whatever else, he does tend to look over. So make sure you are well hidden. But if you use a coin, you'll have no problem, which I really regret not using it, because I wanted to bring along the syringe to get past Stromberg quickly, but you know, the guy turned out to be very slow to kill. But once we've got past that area here, we're just going to again wait for this guard to turn around, and then we can make our way through this area here. Use the key on the door. There's going to be 2 guards in this section now compared to the normal mode where there's just 1. But the other guard that's in the area, it doesn't pose just much problems at all. Now we're going to wait for the guard to turn left, and then we're just going to wait here in this position, and that's when we're going to sneak forward. Nice and slowly, and then press your body against the crate to the right. Now you want to press yourself in a position where you can see that subdue option on your screen, just like that. Now the guard there, he's going to be walking past the guard in front of us to the right. Now once he reaches a few paces ahead of him, that is when we're going to subdue this guard over the crate, and then we're going to take out the other guard as well with the wrench. So once he gets far enough away, you can subdue him from over the crate as fast as you can, pull out the wrench and throw it at the other guard's head. That takes care of these 2 guards. Now pick up this rifle as well if it's on top of the box, just in case a guard sees it and comes out to investigate. Then what we wanted to do there was climb through the window and knock out the other guard. However, I kind of failed, as you've just seen there, and we just have to be a little bit patient and press my body against this and wait for him to turn back around before we can knock him out. Another person you need to watch out for is the guard that's in that corridor at the back. He patrols up and down. Again, I cannot cater for your gameplay. It could be in a different position for you guys. I'm not completely sure, but I'm just making you guys aware that that guard is be walking up and down. You need to judge it perfectly to take out this guard without the other guard seeing. We're just going to grab a couple of explosives off that table as well, because we are going to use one of them as a distraction. Now the other guard in the corridor has turned around and he's walked down the other end of the corridor, so now we can take out this guard right here and drag his body and put him in the crate. We are actually going to grab his disguise, and then we're going to create a distraction to grab the general's disguise. If you don't know who the general is, he's the guy with the red beret. And then once we've got his disguise, we're pretty much free to run the whole school and set up the rest of this challenge. So we're just going to use the lockpick on this door here, and then we're going to pull out an explosive and throw it at the feet of the general, or throw it in front of him, that is. You don't want to distract the other guy, so make sure the general is the one that's closest to you, and then it will be the general that comes over to investigate. He should find that explosive there on the floor. He will pick it up and take it in the room that you're in now, and then we're going to subdue him, stick him in the crate, and then we're going to grab his disguise, and then we're pretty much free to roam. So once we've got this disguise now, we're pretty much free to roam, and we can dismiss a few people that get in the way. So just walk up to them and the dismiss option which will pop up. This is the extra painting that they added. Now it could those paintings could have always been there, but I didn't look at them in the I looked back on my old video on the original challenge. I actually looked in every room here. I looked at my previous video, my old challenge, and that worked without that painting being spotted. So, you know, I tried to do exactly the same thing as I did in my old video, but that doesn't work. So that is the extra painting that they've added. I'm actually running around like an idiot, but I'm trying to make sure I've covered every single part of the bottom floor to see if I've added any extra paintings, and they haven't. So it's just all the same ones except for the one downstairs. They've added an extra painting downstairs, so that's the reason why the challenge isn't popping up for everybody. But the other paintings are all in the same position. We're just missing all the guards, by the way, that is getting in our way. It is going to be important a little bit because we need to create a distraction for Zhang. So these are the paintings on the wall as well. And there's a couple more over here. And then that's it, you're done. That's all the paintings you need to do. You need to see. I'm not completely sure what the exact trigger is to do that. I mean, I've just walked up to them and just basically pushed my body against it. That's the only thing I could think of at the time to make that trigger. So all we got to do now is make sure we go and turn on the tannoy. Or this thing over here, what's it called? Ah, the intercom, okay. So once we turn on the intercom, that's going to cause Zhang to peer into the hole that's just above us. So again, once we come up the stairs, and make sure you've dismissed all the soldiers that are on this corridor around here. So just make sure you dismiss this guy here, because he can become a bit of a nuisance. He stares through, you know, at this point here, through the hole. And what we actually need to do is subdue Zhang, drag his body to the area where we are right now, and then we're going to put a breach charge on his body. And then what we're actually going to do is kill him once we put the Headmaster's disguise back on. So make sure you just crouch, walk and stay close to the wall. And once you've subdued him, like I said, just drag his body deeper into the room. Then we're going to drop the breach charges that we have on us and just drop them on his body. I also dropped an explosive as well, just to added extra effect. But if you want the silent assassin rating, just drop the breach charge. But once you've dropped them all on his body right there like that, we're just going to head straight to where we put on the Headmaster's disguise. It's just going to be in this room over here. Where is it? There you go. Where is it? There is it. Where is it? Wait. There you go, there it is. So once we've put that on, pull out your remote for it and then explode it just before you leave the school. That will kill Zhang, and that will take care of the Headmaster's Revenge challenge. What I was actually going to do is exit the level wearing this disguise, but it's completely unnecessary. I didn't really want to risk it because there's so many enforcers out there and it'd be very difficult to get out, so I didn't want to ruin all this hard work. So what I recommend you doing is just put the disguise back on, and then you can head straight to the exit point. I'm trying to get my words out today. This is me trying to attempt to get out, and I thought, no, not trying it, not doing it. So put the soldier's disguise back on, and then we can head straight to the exit, and you'll get the Headmaster's Revenge challenge popping up for you. But yeah, I'm guessing they added that extra painting downstairs for professional difficulty, because I can't really think of anything else that we've missed. I mean, that's the only addition to what I've done from the original video. Let's just speed this up a little bit. So after we've skipped the final cutscene, you should have it popping up for you on the screen with the Headmaster's Revenge. And there you go. So that'll take care of that first challenge. Now we can reload that same save that we made before, and then we can move on to the second challenge. What we're going to be covering is the Dance Till You Drop challenge, which is again very similar and very, very easy. So it was easier than the challenge that we just did, because we've had to sneak around a little bit with the Headmaster's disguise, which is not necessary anymore. So we're just going to crouch walk all the way up these stairs. We didn't even need to grab the screwdriver anymore. But we're going to take out these two people the same way as we did before. I mean, at this point you can just walk and run up to him actually. But we're going to choke him out right there. Here we go. We're actually going to dump both of these bodies in the crate as well, just to be extra safe. I'm going to grab the Headmaster's key and the wrench as well. So once we've done that, we're actually going to go on the ledge, and we're going to slide down the pipe and take out that guard that's just below us. We're going to grab his disguise. His body won't be found, and so he's completely safe to just leave his body there. But it gives us a perfect chance, an easier and faster way into the room, into the school I should say, nicely undetected. So we're just going to crouch walk and then subdue him, leave his body there, grab his disguise and head into the school. The only enforcer you need to worry about is this one over here. You can hear your footsteps, so make sure you just walk slowly past him and wait for him to turn around, and then we're going to use the key on the door. And as for the guards in the alleyway, we're actually going to take them out the same way as we did before in the previous challenge.
You're in. Good work, 47. Now to locate
And once you've taken out both these guards, we're going to sneak into the classroom to the left, take out the guard in there, and we're going to get the general's disguise the same way we did in the previous challenge as well, and then we can proceed to carry on with the rest of the challenge. So I'm just going to fast forward through until that point. So once we've got the military officers disguised now, what we need to make sure we do is dismiss everyone that is dismissible in this school. That's just pretty much as easy as that. And then we're going to wait for a radio to spawn in the school office area there. On the desk there will be you know, a radio that's on there. We need to turn that on and then turn on the intercom. That's going to cause everyone to dance and leave and go outside and dance around about a little bit. Zhang will then go outside as well, and then that's when we're going to need to kill Zhang himself. So make sure you go around all the classrooms and approach all the soldiers that are in the school, apart from the enforcers, that is. And if there's a dismiss option there, then click that dismiss button, and then you should be able to complete this challenge. Just make sure you haven't missed anybody, and just clear out every single. You don't have to rush through doing all this stuff. You can take your time with it. Essentially, just make sure you go around to. I mean, there's one soldier there, but there's an enforcer in between us. There's no one in here you need to dismiss, because there's a general in here. You also need to watch out for Zhang. He is patrolling the whole school, so you need to watch out for him as well. So I think there's one more, and I think that's just this guy over here in the corner. By this, yeah, it's him. This guy here. So once we've dismissed him, that will be the last person. I'm not completely unsure, you know, how many there are to dismiss. I should have counted, really, in all fairness. In fact, no, I think this isn't the last guy. There's one more on the stairs that keeps coming up and down the stairs, so it's just him. And then you'll have to wait for everyone to get outside before the radio will spawn itself. So if we just dismiss him now, and then we'll make our way back down the stairs. Don't think there's any more. So yeah, again, just watch out for the general there.
That is General Reza Zaydan, keeper of the peace.
So there's one more to dismiss, and it's this guy that keeps coming up and down the stairs. So he's the last person. So all we've got to do now is just wait for everyone to go outside before the radio will spawn. But essentially, it will spawn on the desk there, and that's when we can turn it on and turn on the intercom and stuff like that. I've skipped to that point for the benefit of the video, So if we turn it on there and then we turn on the intercom, everyone should start dancing. There you go. So what Zaydan's doing at the moment, he's coming down the stairs and he's going to go outside and he's going to join in with all the dancing, and that's when we're going to take him out. And then once you've done that, all you've got to do then from that point is just head straight to the exit, and that will complete the Dance Till You Drop Redacted challenge for the professional difficulty. Like I said, it's essentially the same thing as the normal difficulty. What I actually did in the original video is blew him up with a rubber duck, if I remember correctly. But we're actually going to shoot him in the head in here because it's a lot safer. Now obviously you're doing it in front of people, so there is going to be witnesses and there is going to be a bit of hostility after you've done it. So make sure you just run straight to the exit right after this point. We're going to subdue that soldier as well just to stop him from shooting us. So we're just going to shoot him through the window. That's it. Then once you've done that, head straight to the exit. Then once you've skipped the final cutscene and whatnot, you should get the Dance Till You Drop challenge popping up on the screen for you. There you go. So now that challenge is done, you want to reload that same save as we did before, and then we can move on to the oil lamp challenge. Now it's essentially the same thing, approaching the school wise, that is. We need to knock out the headmaster and knock out the other soldier as well. And then we're going to go downstairs and take the other soldier's disguise and go inside the school. Making sure we grab the headmaster's key as well. And the wrench. The wrench is totally important. Make sure you grab that wrench after you've knocked out the headmaster. Because without the wrench you cannot do this challenge. So once you come down and slid down the pipe, we're just going to subdue that soldier there like I said. Grab his disguise and head into the school. We can actually head straight through to the main entrance because we need to take the steps directly to the right of the main entrance. There is 2 enforcers inside, so you need to watch out for those patrolling the corridors once you come through the window. But once you've got to the top of the stairs, you need to distract this guy right here, and you need to distract the general. Now there's 2 enforcers there. The one that's furthest away from you is the person you don't want to distract. So make sure you throw 2 breach charges when that enforcer at the top is furthest away, because the person in the middle there is the person you need to distract. So hopefully you understand what I mean by that, is you need to wait for that other enforcer to move furthest away to create 2 distractions, so the general guy will go and pick up those 2 breach charges. So one of them was going to pick up a breach charge and take it to the security room, and the general is going to pick up the breach charge and take it to the security room. And then once that's been taken care of, that should give us the room that we need to go into on the left completely safe and clear. So we're just going to wait for this general guy to walk past before we go up the stairs, and that'll take care of that. So there should be one more enforcer up there. So this is the guy who's heading back upstairs, so we're free to go up there now. Now, like I said, there's one enforcer, just make sure you watch out for him. This is the guy I was talking about. So once you go in this room here, you need to turn off the lamp, then loosen the valve on the gas canister, and that's essentially it really. You just need to head to the exit at this point. On your way there, Zaydan will blow himself up, and because what he will do is turn the oil lamp back on, and once he's turned that oil lamp back on, he'll explode, and that will do that. So that's going to do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe here if you are new to the channel, and for all the videos on professional difficulty in Marrakesh, check out the playlist in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.